Welcome friends, welcome back to the hangar. So today is day one of the Give Hope Wings Eastern Expedition, a fundraising flight for Hope Air. I've spoken about this before, we'll talk about it a little bit later in the video as well. Today we're flying, or I'm flying from Oshawa to Goderich, and in Goderich I'll meet the rest of the pilots. We'll all meet up, there'll be a little bit of a presser, and then we'll continue on to Sault Ste. Marie. As you can see, it's pretty hazy here this morning. The cloud level's at 18,000 feet, but there's this level of haze on the ground. Some of that is water vapor. Some of that is smoke blowing in from forest fires across northern Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, even as far away as Alberta. And the fires in Alberta have been burning for about a month now, and they have really contributed to the haze here where we are. So that's something that I have to keep an eye on throughout this trip, is that haze. Right now at Oshawa, it's marginal VFR. I'll be able to get out a little bit farther west of Toronto. The weather looks a little bit better. No rain, no real cloud, no storms, nothing like that. Just this layer of smoky haze. So I'll finish pre-flighting the plane, we'll get in, and we'll get going.
Oshawa Information Bravo. Weather at 1100 Zulu. Wind 090. At 2. Visibility 4 miles. Haze. Ceiling 5000 broken. 17,000 broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 300 tree. Approach our nav runway 30. Landing and departing
Oil
runway
pressure.
30. Inform ATC that you have information Bravo.
Oshawa Tower, Mike Victor Uniform holding short 30 on Bravo for takeoff.
Mike Victor Uniform, report clearing the zone, clear takeoff, runway 30.
Report clearing the zone, takeoff 30, Mike Victor Uniform. Speed's alive.
Smart 1 ground. Smart 1 ground, Sheet Alpha Charlie, hold short 30.
Okay, so the haze is really bad. With this level of haze, I'm really hoping that Toronto gives me flight following. I had filed for 4,500, and I may stick to 3,500 because it is, and you can smell the smoke in the air. Oshawa Tower, Mike Victor Uniform clearing the zone at 3,000.
Mike Victor Uniform, thanks, change on our frequency.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Toronto, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, terminal.
Terminal, Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172 just departed Oshawa on a VFR flight plan to Goderich, requesting flight following if possible.
Mike Victor Uniform, squawking in.
Ident 0042, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform, identified 3,200 feet, altimeter 3002. What's your planned altitude?
I was going to try 35, but I might just stay here at 3,000.
Okay, stay at 3,000 for now. I'll get you under the arrivals of Pierce, and I'll let you know when higher is available.
Thanks very much. So I'm cleared to go through the Bravo, through the Charlie.
Affirmative.
Flight plan updated.
Mike Victor Uniform, flight heading 290. I'll be able to keep you at 3,000 feet on that heading.
290, Mike Victor Uniform. The farther west I get, the haze seems to be clearing out a little bit. Not great though. It is still super hazy, and I'm glad that I'm on with flight following with Toronto Terminal.
Mike Victor Uniform, are you planning to go direct Goderich from that point?
Yes, sir.
Mike Victor Uniform, direct Goderich is approved.
Direct Goderich approved, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform, we'll lose you on radar here shortly. Surveillance service terminates. You're cleared en route.
Cleared en route, Mike Victor Uniform. Thank you very much. Okay, so Toronto Terminal just cut me loose. We're just barely
Altitude.
out of their out of the Toronto Terminal area. At this point, the haze has opened up a little bit. My visibility is a little bit larger than it was when I left Oshawa. And I knew that was going to happen. That was what all the charts told me. That's what my weather briefing told me when I called Linden off FIS this morning. So I'm not as worried at this point because I can see a little bit farther into the haze. Traffic in the area of Wingham. This is Cessna 172, Mike Victor Uniform at 3,500, currently 4 miles south of Wingham on my way to Goderich. Goderich traffic, this is Cessna 172, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, currently 6 miles to the east, inbound for landing, full stop, Goderich. Everything's in, everything's on, except for the autopilot. Tanks are on both. Primer is locked, carb heat is on, mixture is rich.
Goderich traffic, Bravo Yankee Juliet, 2,200 feet, 4 miles southeast of the airport, inbound to cover cars, trying mid left downwind 14. 132, sorry.
Magnetos are on both. Circuit altitude 17.
Hey Thomas traffic, November Yankee Lima, 5 miles north of the field, gonna fly overhead the field, joining mid-left downwind to runway 27.
Goderich traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, currently overhead the field at 1700, planning on joining the mid-left downwind, runway 32, full stop, Goderich.
Hey Thomas traffic, November Yankee Lima, we'll be joining us straight in, left downwind, runway 27.
Goderich traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, joining the mid-left downwind, runway 32, Goderich.
Goderich traffic, Bravo Yankee Juliet, coming over midfield 1700 feet with the traffic on downwind in sight.
Goderich traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, turning final, runway 32, full stop, Goderich.
Bravo Yankee Juliet, turning to left base for 132, Goderich, Bravo Yankee Juliet. Field joining mid downwind, 32, Goderich.
Goderich traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, clear of 32, Goderich. And so I made it into Goderich. The haze is pretty bad, but all of the other pilots are here. We're all here. We're just having the kickoff announcements, and then we're going to blast out of here up to Sault Ste. Marie. Now, Sault Ste. Marie Airport, I think I said this already, is under minimum VFR because of smoke. So smoke is something that we're going to come up against over and over and over again in this trip. But a little bit about Hope Air now.
Oh yeah, bullseye. There you go.
Bridging the distance between home and hospitals for Canadians in need. This is such a valuable service provided to those in need and certainly deserving of our support. It is our hope that you raise even more money than last year to support this valued and needed assistance.
So that just allows me to maybe talk a little bit more about the heart of what we do. So 10,000 travel arrangements last year, as you just heard, and already in 2023, we're doing well over 1,000 travel arrangements every month. So 50% increase last year. We should see a 30 or 40% increase this year, which means, unfortunately, there's an awful lot of demand in this country for the work that we do. But because of events like this, the fundraising efforts, the pilots, and the community, we're able to service every one of those travel arrangements that comes in. And that's ultimately my team's responsibility, and it's one that we don't take lightly. So, 13,000 travel arrangements or more this year, 2,500, 3,000 patients who otherwise wouldn't be able to access the care that they need. may go into significant personal debt to do so without us, or are in a situation where they're driving 1,500 kilometers back and forth for cancer treatment without our support. So whatever the case may be, we exist to help resolve those issues for people.
Go 100 to start. 100 here, we go 100 and a half. Hit 100, here we go 100 and a half, and now 100, here we go 100 and a half, here we go 100 and a half. Then you get 125. Hit 125. Now, there are some burn bands on, so don't start the fire up tonight. But the first time it rains, let her rip, okay? Who's got 125? 125, we're going to go 125, and now 125. 100 and quarter, 100 and a half. Hit 100 and quarter, we're going to go 100 and a half, and now 100 and a half. We're going to go 100 and quarter, 150. 100 and a half, 100 and a half. Here we go 175.
So, nothing like an old-timey country auction to raise money for the cause, and they're doing an excellent job to raise money for Hope Air. Now, if you've seen some of these planes around me that are traveling with me, yeah, they're a little bit faster than Mike Victor uniform. So, at every stop, I'm going to have to be the first one to leave. I'm going to miss the tail end of every event, but that gets me to the next event on time. So it's time for me to peel out of here. We'll get in the air and we're off to Sault Ste. Marie.
Got our traffic, Mike Victor uniform, taking off runway 32.
Got our traffic, Oscar Papa Tango's overhead the field for mid-left downwind runway 32.
Traffic.
On this part of the flight, there's a lot of water, so I have my personal flotation device. I don't have it on yet because I am going to be over land for quite a while, at least another hour. Depending on what altitude I get to, I might put it on.
Traffic, Oscar Papa Tango's backtracking runway 28.
This is wing 6. The visibility at 3,500 has really decreased over the last couple of minutes. Yeah, you ain't kidding, Glen. That's crap up here. Yeah, it really just dropped. I can feel you getting close at him. I just can't find you, man. You're apparently 1 mile behind me, same altitude. Yeah, you're on my scope. I just can't see you. Yeah, it's pretty crap. Maybe formation in this soup isn't great. Oh, it's going to be very loose, my friend. I'm not going to get close to you. I've got a visual on you. Where about? You're at my 7. You're at my 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I got you. There you are. So out there in the soup is one of the other planes that we're flying with. Just barely see him.
Switch fuel tank.
So since the incident, I switch my fuel tanks now, no matter what my cruising altitude is. Single tank only. And it's interesting, in that video I talked about how my right fuel tank empties more than my left, and everybody said that their left empties faster than their right. And their left empties faster than the right because the left tank has a vent that hangs down under the wing. And the idea is that the air pressure is pushing in there and pushing fuel out of that tank faster. I don't know why. I don't know why my right tank drains faster than my left. It's a Cessna. Okay, so we're coming up to Tobermory, which is the point where we're going to transition to crossing water, island to island to island to island. I'd love to have more altitude here. I'd love to be at 4,500 feet instead of 2,500 feet, but this layer of smoke just is not going to give me the visibility that I need. So, some careful planning, and we'll pop from island to island to island, which is what Wings 4, who's just ahead of us.
Wing 2, this is Wing 3. At 6,000, the winds are
about 20 knots on the nose.
Wings 5, heading 336, winds are 15 knots on the nose at 6,000 feet.
And so he's right ahead of us. He's going to probably do the same thing. We're going to jump from jump to jump to jump. As much as I don't want to do it this low, love to have more altitude. I also know that I've got 14 planes on radio around me right now.
They're seeing more than I'm seeing up here.
So, I'm kind of okay with that. And I'll bring my life jacket a little bit closer to me.
Wings 10 to all aircraft on the Give Hope Wings tour. I just checked the weather and Sault Ste. Marie, and right now the VFR is showing the winds at 290 at 9, 4 statute mile, and CU at 8,000. So it's marginal VFR, but it's not an issue for Golf Uniform Papa India. We're about 90 miles away.
Just pulled up a little altitude there because we've got some water crossing coming up. Island hopping island to island, and we're about to leave Canadian territory and fly over the United States for a little bit. Okay, so now we're in the United States of America, and from here to Sault Ste. Marie, we'll cross in and out of Canada to the United States to Canada to the United States to Canada. Like, it will just keep switching. The border gets really zigzaggy here, and on final into Sault Ste. Marie, depending on the runway we end up with, we'll be over the United States on final, and then land in Canada. So I've got my passport in the back, and I can fly back and forth across the border as much as I want, as long as I don't land in the United States. Everything's fine, but I've got my passport just in case there's a forced landing. And even later in the week, we're going to cross over Maine as we come back into Canada, but we're going to fly through Maine. So I've got my passport for there as well. Hopefully, no unplanned landings.
Sault Ste. Marie Information Kilo. Weather at 1900 Zulu. Wind 290 at 13. Visibility 4 miles. Smoke 8,000 feet. Ceiling 8,000 broken. 5,000 broken. Temperature 21. Dew point 12. Altimeter 3004. Approach our nav runway 30. Landing and departing runway 30. Inform ATC that you have information Kilo.
Sioux Tower, this is Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Sioux Tower.
Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172, currently at 2,200 abeam the reporting point Alvis. Inbound for landing, last departed Goderich.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, Squawk 1215, runway 30, wind 310 at 15, altimeter 3004. For now, you're cleared straight in 30, report 5 mile final.
Cleared straight in 30, report 5 mile final, Mike Victor Uniform. Sioux Tower, Mike Victor Uniform entering the zone at 2,000. Sioux Tower, Mike Victor Uniform, short final 30.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, wind 300 at 12, clear to land runway 30.
Clear 30, Mike Victor Uniform.
Victor Golf Tango, you're following traffic, they're just a mile final now.
Victor Golf Tango with the traffic. Tower, Victor Golf Tango, how about we orbit once to the right here to space us out?
Sounds good. Report rejoining the downwind.
Okay, we'll report the downwind.
Sorry, report rejoining final.
Okay, we'll rejoin the final, Victor Golf Tango.
Mike Victor Uniform, make this right to the apron. I'll have further for you there.
Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
Delta Zulu Oscar Tower, wind 310 at 12, clear to land runway 30.
2930, Delta Zulu Oscar.
Okay, so we made it to Sault Ste. Marie. That was a really, really smoky flight. Visibility was poor, marginal VFR the whole way. I could have climbed above the smoke, but I wouldn't have been able to see the ground, which means I'd no longer be VFR, so I had to stay in it. A lot of the flight was just around, 2,000, 2,500 feet, which wasn't fantastic. But we're here, and it's a great airport. So they're gonna fuel us up, and I'm gonna end this video here. Tonight we're gonna go to a plane museum here in Sault Ste. Marie, so I'll probably do a breakout video of that, and I'll see you back here next week for the next leg, which takes us eastbound towards Ottawa.
Oh, and the smoke is heavy here. I can really smell it.
Yeah, this is Glen, Wing 6. I got into zero visibility, and I'm trying to get through it, but it just goes down to zero. So I'm diverting to Elliott Lake for the moment, and I will reassess on the ground.
Good call, man. Are you okay, or do you want company?
No, I'm all good. It's all good. I mean, it's not much better here, but at least I know I can be on the ground for a few minutes, and I'll figure out what to do. And I might miss Sudbury. I might just go straight to Ottawa.
Roger that, man. Hope to catch you there.
I'll give everybody a jingle on the WhatsApp when I'm on the ground.
Be safe.
Thank you.
That's a good call, Glen.